Hi ladies, I am so excited for you guys to get started with 30 days of clean eating with Arbonne. I am making this video to help answer some questions. I hope you guys aren't thinking, what the heck did I get myself into? I just finished my 30 days and I'm feeling amazing, getting lots of compliments, and I'm so glad I did it again. I just can't say enough good things about this. So you got this in your box. This is your kind of intro packet right here. So I'm gonna just point out a couple things that are really gonna help you guys if you have questions. First, establishing why are you doing this. First reason that you wanna keep in mind why you're doing this when you're telling people about this crazy detox, cleanse, clean eating thing you're doing is feeling better, okay? Sleeping better, having your gut feel better, clearer thinking, and just your body feeling its normal state. So the things we're going to be trying to focus on, making sure your insulin levels are normal. Okay, that's heavy with sugar. Okay, you want your insulin levels to be like this all day instead of up and down and up and down and up and down, depending on how much sugar you're consuming. Caffeine, again, high, low, high, low, high, low. We're not going to be doing that, especially with coffee. And then with coffee, that's specific to acid-base balance, okay? We know your body wants to be acidic, but that's where disease harbors, and that's where, you're not feeling good if your body's at an acidic level. We want to be a little bit more basic. So we're cutting out things like coffee, things that are high in acidity, like acidic fruits and that kind of thing. So you'll kind of see that in this first page. It talks about what it's all about, kosher, vegan, gluten-free. The next page, let's see. The next page talks about the products. Okay, so I'm going to hit all the products and tell you about how I use them so you won't be confused about that. So I would just lay them out, have them all on a surface where you can see them all. That way, if you have them in a cabinet, it's kind of out of sight, out of mind. You want to make sure you're using these every day, and we'll go over that. Let's see. The next thing that you guys are going to be getting, this kind of helps. I'm going to email this to you, or you're going to get it when I add you to the Facebook group, but it talks about the foods that we're going to be eating, the foods we're going to be avoiding. You're going to get 30 days worth of recipes for shakes, for food, for snacks, for dinner, lunch, all of that stuff. And you're also going to get a couple other things that are really going to help, talking about which foods are great to buy organic, which foods it's okay to not buy organic. Evan and I are in a different financial situation than maybe some of you guys, but we can't really afford to buy all organic. It's just not realistic for us. I would rather buy meat organic and try and buy a couple other things organic and buy my Arbonne than get all of everything organic, because there are specific some things that, is okay for you to get just, at your normal Kroger or in the regular aisle. So I will be sending that to you guys really soon. And I'm just going to go quickly over all these different products. So you guys got both of your protein powders. Now these are mostly going to be for breakfast, but if weight loss is your goal, and that's another thing, you probably will lose some weight, but that isn't the reason you're doing this. I think it's important to tell people that too, that are around you. This is health and well-being. It's not necessarily just for weight loss. Weight loss is an added bonus. So if you really think that you really want to shed a couple extra pounds, it is okay for you to do 2 shakes. I personally don't think that that's really attainable unless you want to do 2 shakes for a long time. I think it's better to learn how to eat clean and eat things that are really going to work for your body. And then if you need to do a couple shakes, if I'm in a rush and can't make a lunch, I sometimes will bring 2 shakes, have one for breakfast, have one for lunch, or have one for dinner, that kind of thing. So that is okay. Remember, you're getting 20 grams of protein with that. There's going to be tons of recipes. You can look up recipes with fruits, with veggies, with, almond butter, all that kind of stuff. You can get as creative with it as you want. And then things you're going to be adding to your shakes. Okay, you have your fiber boost. It looks like this. Some people say when they first start doing this cleanse that they get really actually pretty constipated, or they feel bloated. A lot of it's from the powder, the fiber here. And some of it can be from the protein. Your body's not used to getting this much concentrated fiber or this much concentrated protein all at one time. So start easy on this, and then once you feel like you're getting yourself in a good rhythm, it says on here that a serving, I believe, is a scoop. But I would say start with 1/4 of a scoop with this. It works really well, and I have a friend who just started using this fiber, and it made her bloated for the first couple of days, and she needed to back off a little bit and then kind of work her way forward, because most Americans aren't used to having this much fiber in their diet. So keep that in mind. I add this to my shakes in the morning. You can add it to spaghetti sauce. You could add it to oatmeal, gluten-free oats. You could add it to all kinds of stuff. So this is tasteless and it's really great. The next thing I add to my shakes, the Digestion Plus, okay? This is your prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes. Remember, this is really important. Your gut health affects so much of your body. It affects your skin, it affects your mood, not only just feeling bloated and gassy. This is really going to help with this. A lot of my friends use this continuously after they're done with the cleanse. So I add a pack of this into my shake in the morning. You know, they look like this. Pretty tasteless. You could also drink it in a glass of water. Some people say they can kind of taste it, but it's really easy to just add into a shake. Make sure you're doing this every day. This really is going to help with your gut health. So that's that. You have your 2 packs of tea. I usually like to drink this in place of when I would normally be drinking my coffee because I'm kind of missing that warm drink. This tea is really good. You can add stevia. I would highly encourage that if you're missing your sugar. Stevia comes from a plant and is a lot less sweet than your normal not actual cane sugar. So you can try that if you want. I'll show you what Evan does in a little bit, but this is a detox tea as well. So after you're done drinking this, you need to drink another glass of water after this because you're probably going to have to pee. But it tastes like a normal tea. You're not going to be able to tell the difference. And it's really good in the morning. Let's see. Now, if you're somebody like Evan that isn't crazy about an herbal tea, he's going to add his fizz stick to it. So these two together, we call it a tizzy. Now these two right here, you maybe got 2 of 1 or that kind of thing. These are your caffeine replacement. Okay, so we're not doing coffee, but we can do caffeine. If coffee has like 90 to 150 grams of caffeine or something like that, don't quote me on this. This has more like 50 or 60. So put this in, I like to put it in a really tall glass of water or even my water bottle, which is probably about 24 to 32 ounces. I like cold water. I think it helps it taste fizzier. So just shake one into a water bottle. That's great. You're drinking more water. And I do this, if I'm feeling really sleepy in the morning, I'll do it in the morning, but sometimes I kind of like it in the afternoon for a little pick-me-up. These are really, really delicious. I hope you like these as much as I do. So we have that. And then the last thing you guys might be confused about, put the 7-day cleanse aside, okay, till week 3. I'm going to be reminding you guys about this, but we do this on week 3. And the reason is you need to cleanse your body to the point by week 3 where you have establish yourself a clean eating habits. This is not going to taste good to you starting tomorrow. This really is going to help with our acid-base balance. A lot of people who have not really achieved that a little bit more alkaline level, this is going to taste terrible too. So we're kind of going to see on the 3rd week how you're going to feel. We're going to be drinking this with 32 ounces of water and then an additional 32 ounces after that, okay, because this is really going to make you pee. I was surprised by that. I thought it was going to make me go to the bathroom for other reasons, but really this is really going to make you pee, and just cleansing kidney, colon, skin, liver, all that kind of stuff of all that yuckiness. So that's a quick review over all the products. Use them every day. If you know you're going to go, away for the weekend, try and bring some of it with you. I do bring all of this in a bag when I go stay at my parents' house. Another thing you can do, if you're not interested in a cold drink in the morning, you don't want to put ice in your protein shake, you can just mix it up with water or almond milk or something like that. It's a different take on a shake. It's more, kind of like a drink. And if that works for you, great. You're still getting your protein. But just figure out what works for you and what recipes work for you and your family. I think the important thing is make it fit your life, but still stick to, the rules. I don't want you to think that you can't eat anything or you're tied down by this. One thing I think is really important is how to talk to other people about what you're doing. I think a lot of people are going to be like, you're doing what? That's so crazy. A lot of times I'll tell people, I'm doing this clean eating challenge and I just wasn't really feeling good. And the point of it is just to really figure out what foods don't agree with me. A lot of people are dealing with that now. And a lot of people are wondering, am I gluten-free? Am I dairy intolerant? Just telling people that you're trying to figure out what works best for your body and you're trying to figure out how you can feel a little better. I think a lot of people want that. So they might think, that's kind of interesting. I think that's why a lot of my friends have done this since I started doing it, because they're like, actually, I kind of want that too. If you have friends that are kind of like that, maybe they want to jump on with you like my mom did and start eating healthy now, preparing themselves to do this maybe in the month of December or January. So just keep that in mind, figure out what your story is going to be, because people are going to ask you why you can't eat that brownie. People are going to ask you why you can't have a cup of coffee. But I promise you the results will be worth it. I can't say enough good things about this cleanse. I can't wait to do it again. I think it's so great. I want to do it with more friends. I wish I could do it with you guys, but I just finished. I will send you some things via text and via email, so be looking for that. Please let me know if you have questions. I'll be checking up with you guys throughout. Seriously, text me whenever. I'd be happy to answer questions. Another thing I forgot to mention, before you guys start, this is really important. You're like, ugh, gross. I don't want to do this. I don't want to measure myself, but this is really important. You guys are going to be able to feel results, but I want you guys to be able to see results too. You should do before and after pictures, before and after weigh-ins. Figure out what your weight is right now, okay? I know some of you guys are like, I don't want to know. Do it, because that's how you're going to know your improvement, besides just how you're feeling. And then the last thing is, it lists on here with this little person, doing some measurements of your biggest fat areas. That's going to be around your waist, around your arms, bust, and then around your thighs. That's also really helpful because you're going to realize where you're carrying the most weight. For me, it was really in my bust. I was surprised about that. I've dropped a bra size. So just keep that in mind. That's really good for you to know where your weight goes to and where it leaves from. So do that tonight or tomorrow. That way you know where you're starting and you know where you're ending. We're only going to weigh in on Mondays, so don't worry about it other than Mondays, okay? Don't weigh yourself. Don't think about it. Just continue eating, and drinking and doing what you're doing for the cleanse. Only thinking about weight on Mondays because it's not the priority. The priority is feeling better. Looking better is number 2, okay? Can't wait. Hope you guys are doing well. Bye.